Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Music Mondays podcast. I'm your host, Sam Slays. Welcome Monday, my friends. Happy Monday. Today is February 10th, 2025. I hope you're well. I hope you're chilling. What's cracking, my friends? How we doing? Relatively solid show for you guys incoming, to be honest with you. Couple fun segments, few things I want to talk about. We're gonna go through some weekly recap jazz. We're gonna go through what happened at Music Mondays over the course of the last week or so. We're gonna do how to submit to the Music Mondays podcast tonight as well. We're definitely gonna update that guide, just because that's something that I wanted to do relatively soon at the top of the new year, right? So, a couple fun things coming. So let's get into it. And like I said, I'm your host, Sam Slays. Welcome on in, my friends. Happy Monday. Today is February 10th, 2025, and this is episode 212 of the Music Mondays podcast, and I'm your host, Dom Slays. So, let's see here, chat. All right, let's start off with some weekly recap stuff. Per usual, Music Mondays basic logo t-shirts are available in limited qualities. We still have smalls, mediums, and larges. If you're interested in purchasing one of those for $20 flat, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM, or send us any sort of notification, and we'll get back to you on that, and we'll be happy to ship that out for you. So per usual, following the live show every single Tuesday, early access Music Mondays Patreon content drops live every single Tuesday following the live show, like I said. So per usual, if you missed the live show or you're interested in downloading the full show in high quality, or you just want to clip it, record it, anything like that, that is available on the Music Mondays Patreon right now. So definitely go check that out. Go show that some love. That was Tuesday. Heading into Wednesday, per usual, SoundCloud Sunday submissions go live every single Wednesday. So you guys know that. Make sure you stay up to date with everything when it comes to SoundCloud Sunday and all of our playlists on social media. Make sure you're following us and keeping your eyes peeled for any new updates, man. And per usual, we do put out some audio podcast promo every single Wednesday, just to remind everybody that the following day, the show does drop on audio platforms. So pretty stacked Wednesday per usual. Heading into Thursday, episode 211 of the Music Mondays podcast is available right now on our audio platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon, all that good jazz. So definitely go check out the Music Mondays podcast over there. And like I said, that drops every single Thursday. So keep your eyes peeled for when those do arrive. And then of course on Thursday we do upload a brand new YouTube video every single Thursday on our channel. Last week we spoke a little bit about the season 7 premiere and what's coming on Music Mondays, and really just kicking off the new season and talking about season 6 and things like that. So definitely go check out the season 7 premiere on the Music Mondays YouTube channel. That's definitely a W upload where I kind of just break down the new season format and everything else like that. So definitely go check that out. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. We're 3 subs away from 300. We are really, really trying to crank out that 300. So definitely go sub to the channel if you haven't already. New videos every Thursday, every Saturday. Heading into Friday, we dropped a brand new article on allmusicmondays.com on our homepage with the homie Conbini. Conbini sat down with a wonderful artist by the name of Zachy Bounce. We did a pretty solid interview, so definitely go check that out. Go show Zach and the homie Conbini some love. W piece for sure. That was Friday. Heading into Saturday, episode 211 of the Music Mondays podcast is available on our YouTube channel. If you prefer to go watch it on YouTube or anything like that, that's cool. Those do drop every single Saturday. So again, keep your eyes peeled for that, and that is available right now. So huge shout out to everybody that submitted and tuned in to episode 211. All right, so that was Saturday. Heading into Sunday, SoundCloud Sunday Volume 173 is available right now on our SoundCloud. That was curated and cover art done by me. So definitely go check that out. Huge shout out to everybody that did submit to SoundCloud Sunday and showed that some love. That is available right now. And of course, SoundCloud Sunday submissions open every single Wednesday per usual. So you guys know that. Make sure you follow us on socials. Just stay up to date when all of our submissions go live. Okay. So that's pretty much all the major jazz that takes us to today, Monday, February 10th. So, like I said, this is episode 212. I hope you're well. That's pretty much all the major stuff that you needed to know about over the last week or so when it comes down to Music Mondays. Let's see here. So, I think the next thing we got to talk about is let me see here. So what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so? So I think the big thing here is finally our Music Mondays Patreon update is complete. So that'll be launching pretty soon. We're just going to overhaul the Patreon, add some more rewards and things and content pieces over there on Patreon to show our Patreon some more love. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for that. That's definitely coming up soon over the course of February and March for sure. Outside of that, we have a pretty big Music Mondays merch piece going out. Oh, well, not a merch piece, but more of a promo piece. And it's a pretty cool collage of all the supporters wearing their Music Mondays merch. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for that. The Patreon merch. Outside of that, I think the other thing too is the season 6 top 10 submissions. So the top 10 submissions for season 6, that'll be coming out over the course of the next couple of weeks too, while we crank through season 7 here on the Music Mondays podcast. So those 3 things are pretty important. Like I said, the top 10 submissions for season 6 is going to be pretty sick. That'll be kind of like a newer piece. And then, of course, all of your weekly and monthly content will stay the same. So we're going to be bringing back a lot of stuff for this year. Obviously, Underground Classics, the monthly playlist, not release radar, Music Mondays radar check. There's a couple of other things too that we're going to be bringing back, so keep your eyes peeled. We're going to be cranking out a lot of content when it comes to 2025, and the other major thing too is the graphic refresh. So obviously we won't be changing the logo or anything like that, but we're definitely going to get some new graphics in here when it comes to the podcast submissions and a lot of our social media content. So more social media graphics on the way for sure. So those 4 major things are like super important. So top 10 submissions for season 6, Music Mondays merch, Music Mondays Patreon update, and the season 6 top 10 submissions for sure. So like I said, all those things are going to be like relatively important. So keep your eyes peeled for all that. And like I said, your weekly and monthly content will be staying the same. So articles every Friday, playlists every Sunday, and some sneaky drops in there in between. So you guys know the drill. We're on the fast track for a good 2025. That's pretty much everything that's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so. Definitely, like I said, follow us on socials and stay up to date with everything that we have going on over there. So you don't miss a beat when it comes to the Music Mondays platform. So, all right. So we did weekly recap stuff. We did what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so. Let's talk recruiting. So, Music Mondays is recruiting. We are on the hunt for all of our staff roles. Again, if you're a writer, journalist, curator, designer, you want to do some digital media, long form media, short form media, anything like that, definitely let us know, and we'll be happy to have that discussion with you. Like I said, we're recruiting for pretty much every single role. And again, resume definitely preferred but not required. If you do have a resume, that'd be great. But if not, and you're just kind of new and you want to contribute to the underground community, definitely let us know. Send us a DM, send us a message. We're always interested in having that talk for sure. So again, Music Mondays is recruiting, and you'll see us do a Music Mondays role guide here on the show relatively soon. To be honest with you, the Music Mondays role guide is going to be pretty much the same, but it'll be updated for 2025 for anybody new here that kind of wants more details on all the Music Mondays staff members and the staff roles and things like that. So per usual, Music Mondays is recruiting, so definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM. Let's see here. Okay. So outside of that, Music Mondays is on the hunt for some more SoundCloud exclusives. So we do have a unreleased SoundCloud track dropping on our SoundCloud this week. It should be dropping on Wednesday. So keep your eyes peeled for that, but we're looking to keep that train rolling. So again, we are only interested in unreleased material. So if you have a unreleased SoundCloud track that you'd like to have hosted and promoted on the Music Mondays SoundCloud and across all of our social media for free, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM, and we'll be happy to work that out with you. Again, we're only interested in unreleased content, so feel free to do whatever you want with the track afterwards, right? You want to go put it on all platforms, you want to go do a music video, anything like that works. So feel free to go about that. But again, we are on the hunt for some more SoundCloud exclusives. And per usual, the same thing goes for our YouTube. So again, we are interested in unreleased music videos, AMVs, animations, even if you just want some audio hosted on the Music Mondays YouTube channel, that works too. And again, we're only interested in unreleased materials, so if you'd like to have your music video or any type of content hosted on the Music Mondays YouTube channel and promoted across all of our social media platforms for free, definitely let us know. Send us a message, send us a DM. We'd be happy to get that started for you. And again, of course, not only to just show love to all of our SoundCloud supporters over there on SoundCloud, but another way to show some artists some love and really get a collaborative piece up, you know? So definitely let us know and send us a message if that's something that interests you. So, super important there. Okay, so we did recap stuff. We did what's coming on Music Mondays over the course of the next week or so. We spoke recruiting. We spoke SoundCloud exclusives. We spoke YouTube exclusives. I think the last thing we do have to do here is kind of doubling up with the Music Monday submissions here. So again, what I want to do for 2025 is update our how to submit to the Music Mondays podcast YouTube guide. A lot of people still kind of get confused on how to submit to the show, where to submit to the show, and things like that. So I think doing like a yearly guide for something like this is like absolutely important, because we're always getting new artists in, we're always getting new individuals coming through that really just kind of don't really know how Music Mondays works. So relatively simple, but I think that'll be something that we break down here today before we get into some reactions and reviews. So let's switch over and let's break down how to submit to the Music Mondays podcast in 2025. So I'll just give you the short version, but curating submissions has always been an interesting thing, right? I've been making music since 2017, and I've been in the underground media space since probably about 2018, right? So give or take like 7 or 8 years. Curating submissions has always been really hard because, you know, you want to make it as easy as possible for people to just get you their music, right? And whether that's through email or DM or comments or anything like that, there's a lot of ways that you could go about it, but this is the way that I've always been successful with it. And this is pretty much where we landed with this. So, per usual, we do collect submissions on Twitter, and we've been collecting submissions on Twitter since 2021. So this is prior to all the social media explosions and things like that. So, and even prior to Music Mondays, I've been curating SoundCloud playlists on there or other media platforms for quite some time. So Twitter was like always the home base for us when it came to the underground community, right? So we run Twitter. We always have ran Twitter. Gamers, creatives, artists, vocalists, graphic designers, like all the creatives will always run Twitter. It's never been like a political platform that it is now. You know what I mean? So we tend to really just distance ourselves from that. Because let's face it, a lot of these social platforms are just owned by complete fucking, you know, narcissists. So there's really no getting around it. And, you know, it's important for artists to kind of get themselves out there. So this is like one of the ways that we decided to do it, right? Especially back in 2021. But per usual, we do take submissions on Twitter. So again, we are a live show. We like to keep things a little free flow. So that's why we don't really bounce around to emails or DMs or anything like that. We like to have all of our submissions here right in front of us, right? So as long as you're dropping your submissions under this tweet every single week, you're pretty much good to go. Because again, the logic being behind that is not only are we a live show and we don't want to be pulling up other tabs and open up emails and downloading files and doing all this other shit, because it makes the show a little bit harder to watch back and people kind of lose interest really quickly, right? So we tend to like do all of our submissions back to back to back and try to get to them in a timely manner. You know what I mean? So having a thread of them is like fantastic, you know? So it's not really like Twitter being the platform, it's Twitter's tools that really help us collect submissions in an efficient way, right? Because if we try to collect them in Instagram DMs, that kind of gets sketchy just because the DMs start breaking. You know what I mean? Like we have to open DMs. Once you start getting past like 50 to 100 DMs, the whole platform starts to break. You know, so Instagram isn't really too reliable. Not a lot of underground artists use Reddit. So Instagram and Reddit are kind of out when it comes to curating submissions. The Discord way of doing it is okay. That's all right. But we're not really growing Music Money's platforms when we collect submissions on Discord, right? So the idea being that Music Mondays gets to show face and collect submissions publicly, and we don't need to like force people to, jump through hoops to get their submissions in, right? All you do is follow Music Mondays, drop your link, you'll be good to go. So that was really the thought process behind it, was wanting to make it as easy as possible. And especially when we started this, Blue Sky wasn't a thing, Threads wasn't a thing. Blue Sky kind of looks promising, but again, it's still pretty dead over there. And Threads is kind of just like engagement bait. So it's kind of hard to like fully switch platforms, like not only based on the fact that we already have a community here on Twitter, but a lot of the platforms don't have the tools that make it easy for us to run a live show. Because like I said, opening other tabs and going through DMs and emails and all that other shit for submissions specifically tends to make the show go on a little bit longer. And again, people start to lose interest. You're trying to log in emails, you're trying to download files. Oh, this file won't play, things like that. So it's just easier for everybody to kind of drop their links on a Twitter thread, whether it be an unreleased link, right? Or you could do an unlisted YouTube video. Recently, we've had people start dropping files, right? So, you could really submit in any fashion, but that's kind of like the thought process behind that, and that's why we do take submissions on Twitter. Because like I said, we've ran the Underground on Twitter for close to 7 years, at least me personally. So this has always been our go-to. But outside of that, that's pretty much the lore behind Music Mondays and how we take submissions for the show. And mostly, I think the number one reason for it is it keeps the show free flow, right? We're able to kind of run through submissions in a timely manner, like I said, and kind of give everybody a fair shake, but also kind of get to each submission quickly. So that's super, super important, and it makes the show a little bit more palatable to watch back, definitely. So outside of that, the only thing you do really need to know is that submissions are in the same format every single week. You guys know the drill that are always watching Music Mondays, but again, if you're new here, submissions will always be in this format you see on screen here. And if you're listening on audio platforms, the tweets will always read. Artists and creative submissions are open for live reviews on Music Mondays, live on February 10th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/SonicPlays, which is here and now. So again, the only thing that changes about this format is the date. So again, make sure you're submitting for a show that has not happened yet, and you'll be good to go. Outside of that, per usual, we've reacted to pretty much everything here on the show. So if you'd like to submit your music, artwork, fashion, or digital creation, drop your links and portfolios below. So quite literally everything from vocals to music videos to digital art to photography to videography to YouTube edits to instrumentals to unreleased tracks. We've pretty much reacted to everything, even merch. So if you have something that you'd like to showcase on the show, definitely drop your links below, because we definitely, want to collect submissions of all kinds, right? Because again, the thought process behind that being, most underground creatives are multi-talented. A lot of editors are also producers. A lot of producers are also designers. A lot of designers are also vocalists. You know what I mean? So a lot of these skills go hand in hand. So we wanted to make sure that we give everybody a fair chance. And of course, we do have a 4-hour show limit, just to make the show a little bit easier to watch back for some people, right? I mean, again, one could argue that a 3 or 4 hour show is kind of long to watch back, but opposed to the earlier shows where, I just didn't have a limit and I just said, fuck it. We were doing like 6-7 hour shows back in like 2022, you know what I mean? So, that obviously wasn't going to work out, especially with the platform growing and me needing to attend to other pieces of content. It just didn't make sense to have a show that long every single week. Because like I said, we are one of the only live shows here on Twitch every single Monday that kind of does this, you know what I mean? So just to take the pressure off of us, and of course just to make the show a little bit easier to watch back, that's kind of the thought process behind that. Outside of that, per usual, Patreon subscriber submissions are played first every single week here on the show. So again, there aren't many perks when it comes to the Music Mondays podcast over there on the Patreon. There's a ton of other goodies when it comes down to promo and media and things that you get over there on Patreon. But one of the main things is the Music Mondays Fast Pass, which again, that was created in like 2023 or so. When we started to get a lot of submissions, upwards of like 40 submissions, we ran into an issue where, sometimes we just couldn't get to every single person's submission. And some people didn't really care about it, and then some people were like, "Fuck, you didn't get to my submission." And we wanted to give them a way to like guarantee that their submission gets played for those that want it. You know what I mean? Because some people, they'll just submit next week and they're like, "I don't give a fuck." And some people are like, "Shit, I really wanted you to hear that." So again, that's a way for your submissions to be guaranteed to be played here on the show. But of course, you'll be played before the rest of the community as well. So keep that in mind. Patreon subscriber submissions are played first every single week here on the show. But I think the most important part about this, per usual, is submissions are free. They always have been free. They always will be free, and they're going to continue to be free forever. But the only thing that we do ask is that you're following Music Mondays on Twitter before you do submit. Because like I said, not only does that help us spread our message, right, and show us support, but you pay respect to everybody else that does wait for their submissions to be reacted to every single week here on the show. So I think that's something very, very important. And of course, submissions are always free. So that's the only thing that we do ask is that you're following Music Mondays on Twitter before you do submit. Outside of that, I think the last major thing is that submissions do close about a couple hours before the show starts. So again, a good rule of thumb is that if the show is live, submissions are definitely closed. But again, you do have about 6 days a week to get your submissions in, because submissions open every single Tuesday. So again, if you're watching the show here live tonight, submissions for episode 213 will be live tomorrow on February 11th. And of course, if you're watching this anywhere else, submissions are already live for the next show. So definitely drop your links and check the date. Outside of that, that's pretty much everything you need to know. I gave a relatively short breakdown, but this will definitely be uploaded on the YouTube channel, just as a little background. And we get to update the site as well, because the How to Submit to the Music Mondays podcast guide is available on the Music Mondays website right now, where we kind of break it down for 2024. But now I just broke it down for 2025. So again, definitely go check that out on the channel. And of course, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and all that good jazz. This will be updated on the Music Mondays website as well. But per usual, make sure you subscribe. New videos every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments just like this one, underground tips and tricks, and a whole lot of good jazz over there, man. So make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love. Let's get it. Well done, man. That was good. That was good. That was definitely something that I really wanted to get done. I think next week we'll be doing the Music Monday staff role guide as well. So that'll be something that we kind of tackle next week. But this week was definitely just about the Music Mondays podcast. Alrighty, my friends. It's about that time. It is about that time. So we pretty much ran through content. We did a really, really good job. We ran through everything tonight. So let's get into it. Let's see what we have for submissions. So let's see how many patrons we have tonight, and then we're going to roll into the rest of the community submissions and start breaking it down. So I believe we have 3 patrons tonight. We have the homie TDG, who'll be up first. Then we have the homie Laveries, and then we have the homie Jordan as well. Jordan's actually pretty far down there. That's pretty crazy. I never sort the replies or anything like that, because we were doing this before that was even a feature. So I just let the replies always like collect organically, and it's been a while since Jordan's been that far down. So very interesting. But let's see here. So like I said, the first patron of the night is the homie TDG Till the Grave. A very talented hip hop artist, has been taking 2025 by the balls, so to speak. And this week, they submitted a track titled You'd Think. Proud and performed, mixed by me. This is my golden ticket, not gonna lie. Cheers to the life. Thank you, MM. Get ready. All right, I'm down, TDG. I'm fucking down. I love the hype in TDG's, captions and just, like, everything recently, you know what I mean? Like, I really think that TDG's just been going above and beyond. And you can really tell the attitude switch, you know? You really, really can. But I'm down. Let's get into it. TDG, You'd Think. Interesting. This one gave a like a very big like freestyle kind of feel, almost freestyle like kind of cipher feel, and you know that's such a good thing because TDG is just like really just getting into their bag when it comes down to focusing and really just trying new shit, and it's really all starting to come together. You know, like there's really only one way to sharpen the sword, right? And that's to fucking work, and that's what TDG has been doing. So, very solid, very solid. Let's break it down. Let's talk to it. Um, hmm. So, we're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of You'd Think. So, let's talk instrumental. A very interesting instrumental, but it does scream TDG. You could tell that TDG like really put their own sauce on this, you know. But production is very unique on this one for sure. So I like the choice, and of course, prod by TDG. But the mix is solid. Nothing super clashy. Nothing too overbearing. I feel like if it was just like a little bit louder, it probably would be off. But it's hitting like a decent middle ground right here. So not too many grabs on the instrumental mix at all. Um, Instrumental Shining Star. Hmm. Um. I feel like the melody's up there, but I'm so big on TDG's drums that it's like, you know, you kind of got to go drums for this one, man. You really do. At least in my opinion. I mean, structure's up there, but let's go drums for sure. Just because TDG is like a real wizard with the drums, 100%. So, instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Let's talk vocals. Um, Vocal mix. Again, a very TDG like vocal mix, and I feel like we're seeing their progress when it comes to engineering in like real time. You know what I mean? Like every single week it's getting to like a more crispier mix. It's getting more like versatile. It's like the good thing is like TDG is not like forcing to stick to one sound, which is solid because when you're mixing vocals, it can be different per instrumental or how you record or anything like that, right? I feel like it can be different each time. So the fact that TDG is branching out while also kind of learning how to mix and, you know, get their mixing down, I feel like that's a very good advantage. You know what I mean? Like a really good advantage because you're just going to get better at mixing quicker, you know? And each time you kind of take the wheel when it comes down to mixing, it's just going to get easier for sure. So vocal mix solid for where it's at. I like TDG's progress a lot here. Vocal Shining Star. Mm, hmm. Vocal Shining Star. You know, probably flow and cadence and delivery. I like the writing though. The writing was definitely like clever and had some fun bars in there, but I feel like flow and cadence and delivery was like very loose and like kind of again made TDG kind of branch out. So definitely flow and cadence and delivery for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely drums. Vocal solid, definitely flow, cadence, and delivery. Let's talk theme, aesthetics. I like this one a lot. I like this one a lot. It has this like almost like it has the TG sauce to it, but it almost gives like this morgue, almost like it's a very interesting kind of feel to it. You know what I mean? It really is. But for a single, I like it a lot. Definitely for a single, it gives that good like single vibe, and then of course you have TDG at the bottom mid. So I'm big on this one. I'm big on this one. Like I said, for a single, very solid. Um, Overall theme. Hmm. Realistically, it definitely gave that good like cipher vibe. To be honest with you, I didn't think TG kind of like went super deep when it came to the theme here. This is definitely one where you gotta enjoy it for the punchlines and enjoy it for what it is. You know what I mean? It's definitely not one that like you could like super break down, but again, it's one where you definitely gotta appreciate the lyric for sure. So, another solid single from TDG. Well done, my friend. Well done. Keep it up. Huge shout out to TDG. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much, much love. They're approaching 1.1K on SoundCloud, so make sure you go follow them, show them some love over there. And of course, make sure you go follow TDG on Twitter. They are 5 followers away from 160, so make sure you go show them some love on the Bird app. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We are very close to 300 subscribers. And like I said, we upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz is over there on the channel. Make sure you go show those artists and the channel some love. Let's get it, baby. Okay, so our first patron of the night was the homie TDG. Up next is the homie Laveries. Now, again, Laveries hot off the press with Recession Rap, coming through with another episode of Ear Candy. Now, Laveries, a very talented hip-hop artist, has been killing it on the content side of things post-album release. And we have another episode of Ear Candy to break down. So I'm down, let's get into it. Give it a quick little pause, Rooney. So 720/60, full volume. All right, let's get into it. Laveries, episode 5, season 2, Ear Candy. Let's go. It's time.
Top inside a jar, yeah, that's my little freako. Sweat this shit out, cause it's. This is Ear Candy, season 2, episode blank.
I love the little 5.
Olivia Rodrigo. Olivia Rodriguez, that little Mexican girl to be crying.
That little Mexican girl to be crying.
0 out of 10.
0 out of 10.
Type shit.
Shout out Dre, bro.
Yeah,
Dre from Dallas.
This album is gonna be something. It's something serious for real. I'll just go ahead and record it. I'm pretty sure this is the shortest track on the album. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and hop right into it. My bitch kinda raw, kinda popular.
0 out of 10.
Give me top inside a jar, yeah, that's my little freako. My bitch kinda pop, kinda rock Olivia Rodrigo. She gonna give me top inside a jar, yeah, that's my little freako. Damn,
Bye.
it's hot in this bitch. That's why I'm shirtless. It's kinda hot. Like, fuck. My bitch kinda pop, kinda rock Olivia Rodrigo. My bitch kinda rock, kinda pop Olivia Rodrigo. My bitch kinda rock, kinda pop Olivia Rodrigo. She gonna give me top inside a jar, yeah, that mother freako.
Yep.
Hey.
Hey.
My bitch kinda pop, kinda rock Olivia Rodrigo. My bitch kinda pop, kinda rock Olivia Rodrigo. She gonna give me top inside a jar, yeah, that's my little freako. My bitch kinda punk, kinda pop Olivia Rodrigo. Fuck. Is Olivia Rodrigo pop, rock, or punk pop? Pop punk. What's it called? Is it pop punk? I don't fucking know.
I don't fucking know.
I just make shit. I don't know.
I guess for the sake of debating, I guess I would say pop.
I'm making on this album. I call it recession rap. Boom! TikTok. I just invented a new genre. I call it recession rap.
Real. That's good.
My bitch kinda pop, kinda rock Olivia Rodrigo. She gonna give me top inside a jar. Yeah, that's my little freako. She gonna stay on shallow, but she. My bitch kinda rock, kinda pop Olivia Rodrigo. She gonna give me top inside a jar. Yeah, that's my little freako. She gonna stay on shallow, but she'll stick it up and give me deep throat. Want me to herself, but I gotta do these shows. Hey.
Hey.
Sweat this shit out, cause it's hot as fuck and I'm high as fuck. I'm not,
I swear.
My bitch kinda pop, kinda rock Olivia Rodrigo. She gonna give me. My bitch kinda pop, kinda rock. Imagine I drop this shit and it goes viral and I get a fucking cease and desist. Not gonna lie, that'd be kinda awesome. Cause then Olivia Rodrigo would have noticed me, or her team would have noticed me at the very least, which means she kinda heard of me. And then I can be like, I'll take the song down. Just give me a feature, please.
Just give me a feature, please. That'd be a very rare cease and desist. There's a lot of names, or a lot of songs with names of like real people. Like, I haven't heard too many cases of that. I mean, you'd have to be a real asshole to cease and desist somebody.
Please. yeah, that's it. Now I gotta scream this shit from the top of my fucking lungs.
Oh shit, the calendar says September.
My bitch kinda pop, kinda rock Olivia Rodrigo. She gon' give me top inside a drive. Yeah, that's my little freako. She gon' sound shallow, but she'll stick it up and give me deep throat. Fuck.
Fuck.
My bitch kinda pop, kinda rock Olivia Rodrigo. She gon' give me top inside a drive. Yeah, that's my little freako. She gon' sound shallow, but she'll stick it up and give me deep throat. Want me to a cell, but I gotta do these shows. Hey. Vampire bitch, and she loves suck the dick. Put it in a gut, she the one, let's make a flick. That's my little shit. That's the one I like to kick it with. Nah, we gotta do that same shit again. When you got them lacy panties on, I don't wanna take them off. Don't bother making them bed. You know you just gonna tear them sheets off. I'm so obsessed with you cause you let me hit it raw. You my favorite crime, man. I don't give fuck by laws.
Bitch.
Fuck, I'm sweating. Vampire bitch, and she loves suck the dick. Put it in a gun, she don't want us make a flip. That's my little shit. That's the one I like to kick it with. Might bring her to the States and make her my American bitch. You feel me? They not feeling me. They not feeling the energy.
Gimme?
This will probably no. I recorded the other song quicker than this. Spent 30 minutes on the fucking hook. Damn. Fuck, I'm hot as shit. Vampire bitch, and she let us suck the dick. I use that fucking gravel. When you got them lacy panties on, I wanna take them off. Don't bother making a bed. You know you just gonna tear them sheets off. I'm so obsessed with you. Cause you let me eat it raw. You my favorite crime, man. I don't give a fuck about those. Vampire bitch, and she let us suck the dick. Vampire bitch, and she let us suck the dick. Put it in a gut, she the one, let's make a flick. That's my little shit, that's the one I like to kick it with. Might bring her to the States and make her my American bitch. Hey dog, shut the fuck up. You dogs be
Hey,
going
dog.
crazy. It's on God. This is Olivia Rodrigo. I didn't finish the song the other day. I don't even remember why, but we just gonna finish it.
New month.
Man, what the fuck is up with this lighting, man? Gotta look this way. What's up, big dog? Fuck it. Fuck it. Vampire bitch, and she let us suck the dick. Put it in the gut, she don't want us make a flick. I'm so obsessed with you cause you let me hit it raw. You my favorite crime, man. I don't give fuck by laws. I'm so obsessed with you cause you let me hit it raw. You my favorite crime, man. I don't give fuck by laws. My bitch gonna probably Olivia Rodrigo. She gonna give me top set of My bitch kinda pop Olivia Rodrigo. She gonna give me top inside her drive. Yeah, that's my little freako. She gonna sound shallow, but she'll stick it up and give me deep throat. Want me to herself, but I gotta do these shows. Hey, my bitch kinda pop Olivia Rodrigo. She gonna give me top inside her drive. Yeah, that's my little freako. Olivia Rodrigo. When you hear this, hit me up.
Hit me up.
I think we can make some great music together. Yeah.
Yeah. Little shout there.
Well, that's Olivia Rodrigo. Well, if we got to record the album. Intro track is not recorded. Toast One is recorded. Rich by 21 is not recorded. Walt White is not recorded. Olivia Rodrigo is done. Prove It is done. IG Rose is done. So we got 3 more to go. So we just finished half of it. Right over half. And yeah, more to it.
Yeah.
Is this the longest it took to? Yeah, damn. Oh. Alright, whatever though. Hell yeah. Be back for the next episode, you know it.
Hit it. A little snippet. Mm-mm. Damn. So this is one where I feel like if I was like completely like non-biased and like I hadn't heard anything from the album, I think this would be one where I'd be excited to hear the track just because of how much effort Laveri's just put in, and then like the little snippet at the end. I feel like that really like sold the track, to be honest with you. Because again, if you know I was a first time supporter and I was kind of new, this would probably be one of the tracks that I'd be like, oh shit, you know what I mean? It definitely would be, definitely would be. But this one was great. This one was really really great, and like it's very interesting to like look at the calendar and see like how long Laverius was doing this, and like I spoke a little bit about last week, I think I think the fact that Laverius kind of like had this all mapped out is like very very solid. You know what I mean? Like really really solid. So this is another really great episode where I feel like it just takes you into the mind of Laverius, but also like this one went back to like the fun. You know what I mean? Like a few of the cuts and 0 out of 10, and you know like there's a lot of cool references in this one where again I feel like it's relatable. You know what I mean? Like even if you're not an artist, it's relatable. So this is another like really really great behind the scenes. Um, Shining star here probably would be for some reason it sparked interest. I feel like once people see this one, they're gonna be more interested in it. Whether it's the Olivia side of it or it's just Laveri's kind of uh going hard in this specific episode, I feel like people are gonna be real real intrigued for some reason, for sure. So well done, my friend. Well done. With that said, huge shout out to Laverius. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go follow them on YouTube and sub to their channel. They are literally 9 subs away from 620. They have been climbing with the subs, man. So let's fucking go. Good for you. Good for you. And of course, make sure you go follow Laverius on Twitter. They're 7 followers away from 120, so make sure you go show them some love in the bird app, my friends. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you have not already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you show these artists in the channel some love. Let's get it. All right. All right, all right, all right. All right, all right. Let's see here. So our last patron of the night, and of course, certainly not least, a multi-genre talented artist by the name of Jordan has come through with a track titled Just Between Us. Shit. So again, Jordan is another artist where, you know, they've had a real stellar 2025 and they are on a hot streak right now. For sure on a hot streak. So let's see what we got. Like I said, a multi-genre talented artist, Jordan, has come through with a new banger 7 hours ago. So quite literally a brand spanking new. Just Between Us, written and produced by Jordan, art by the homie Michael. We got lyrics in description. I'm down. Let's get into it, Jordan. Just Between Us. Sample's crazy.
Don't get between me and this vision. Tell me God what should be different. Act a lot like I'm indifferent. Have to stop with all this wishing. Let my pride push me this distance. Because of what you saw, it's gonna be hard to seek forgiveness. You know I'm flawed. There's just no way for me to spin this. Learn to live with my decisions. Can't slip on my convictions. I hope you understand me. Could you tell me if you didn't? There's something that I can't see. Keeps causing me this feeling that it's gone. I close my eyes to see the vision. Turn off lights, relieve some tension. Open my eyes, nothing is given. Bad dreams make me the villain. What do you mean? Are you kidding? Can I rest with your permission? I close my eyes for just a minute and then it's dawn. And then it's gone.
Wow.
Oh Lord, I'm flawed. A tree falls deep in the woods, no observation. Some seeds don't grow like they should, some break through pavement. Years have passed and still ain't learned how to make it perfect. The mirror asking if nobody heard, does that defeat the purpose? Gasp for air one more time before I die beneath the surface. I've been searching for myself with my obsession with what's worth it. Could work, and once I felt like I had finally found the verbiage. When I find out how to word it, yeah. When I speak my mind, sometimes I get too wordy. Sometimes I just pretend that it's working, pretend that you heard me. It's all okay, need one of those better days. Pretty soon, have a whole head of grays. This broke shit's just a phase, this broken fix my face. You never know, you'll never know until it hits the page. Please be patient, a tree falls deep in the woods, no observation. Some seeds don't grow like they should, some break through pavement. I close my eyes for just a minute and then it's
Damn.
I close my eyes for just a minute and then it's
Whoa. Jordan really ate that up. I'm not gonna lie. Jordan really fucking ate that up. That was like some real like OG hip hop Jordan, you know, like no bullshit, just straight bars, solid sample, chill instrumental. Like that was Jordan's like I don't want to say bread and butter because they have a lot of bread and butters, but that was raw hip hop Jordan at its finest right there. That was solid. That was real solid. Let's talk about it though. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. We're gonna talk about three things here. So we're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of this track. So instrumental's fantastic, to be honest with you. I love Jordan's production as of lately. You know, the whole Deadlighters Make More Creative Junk crew is like super fucking talented, but Jordan's like solo production as of late has just been really on one. Like really fucking on one. So I'm big on this. I'm real big on this, and I'm pretty sure it was Prod Jordan, as far as I know. Written and produced by Jordan. Yeah, okay, I thought so. Yeah, I love the instrumental. Instrumental mix is fantastic though, especially with the sample. Nothing clashing, too overbearing. Nothing I would like ultimately change on this. I think vocals sit nice. I think drums cut through nicely. And like I said, even with the sample, I feel like it's like really fucking solid. So, no gripes with the mix whatsoever at all. Not really a shocker as of late, but something you always want to point out for anybody new here. Jordan has a very consistent mix, for sure. So, instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. I kind of want to say sample, but I do feel like that's kind of like a cheesy choice because it's so well utilized, right? I mean, it's used for the hook, it's used for the intro, outro. It's throughout the whole track, really, but the way it's placed and utilized is super solid. But I'm kind of big on the drums too, though. I won't lie to you. I do feel like the drums are good. You could definitely argue structure, but I'm gonna go with the sample. I like the way Jordan kind of chopped this up and used it, man. So let's go sample. Instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix again, very much on point. And this is what I was talking about over the last couple of submissions. Jordan kind of molds their mix around whatever genre or style or whatever their mood is, really. And this is one of those tracks where I feel like that really shines, right? It's crisp, clean, clear, has that like real hip hop kind of vibe. Jordan's voice is like very stern and like solid. So that's what I really love about this one is Jordan's really become like a insane wizard with the mixing, like especially as of lately. Like it's like every song that they do is so finely tuned to the style of the instrumental and the vibe that they want. There definitely couldn't be any gripes at all. So vocal mix very solid. Again, nothing clashing too overbearing. I thought the drums cut through nicely. Nothing that I would ultimately change on this one at all, to be honest with you. I feel like you definitely hit the nail on the head, for sure. So, vocal mix solid. Vocal shining star. Like, early on, I was going to say flow and cadence and delivery. But now that we had that, like, second verse and, like, listen to the song start to finish, I kind of want to say writing. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like writing was pretty fucking crazy. I'm not going to lie to you, Chief. Writing was definitely up there for me. So let's go writing. Flow and cadence and delivery is up there too, but definitely writing for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely a sample. Vocal solid, definitely the writing. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics, art by the homie Michael, obviously. But this one has a little bit more of like a darker tone to it. This one is actually fucking crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. This one is actually nuts. One of those more like abstract styles that the more you look at it, the more you kind of see, and you're like, holy shit, you know what I mean? But this one definitely has that like chaos to it, but perfect for a single as well. You know, I mean, I'm always a big fan of the like all their color palettes and the black, red, and whites and perfect. You know what I mean? Perfect for a single, 100%. Eye catching, gets the job done. Overall theme, Just Between Us is very interesting. I feel like this is a very personal song for Jordan, but not like emotional personal, I guess. It's just more so like of like a message. When you're an artist or a producer, sometimes you have tracks that like you're like sending a message to one specific situation or person or something of that nature. And I feel like Jordan does a really good job kind of locking in and like honing in on one feeling or topic and really like, this is like just between us, So it almost felt like a rant, but it also utilized a lot of Jordan's skills. You know what I mean? Writing skills, flow and cadence delivery. I mean, there was like, pretty soon have a whole head of grays. This broke shit just a phase. Like that's fucking fire. like that's fire. Like so it has that cross of like working your ass off, but it also kind of doubles up as like getting shit off your chest. You know what I mean? But getting it off in a way where it's healthy and you can actually like properly convey your emotions. But those who understand it, they'll understand it, and those who don't, they'll just appreciate the music. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the homie Jordan. Thank you so much for the submission. Much love. Make sure you go follow Jordan on SoundCloud. They're only 5 followers away from 90. Go show them some love over there on the cloud. And of course, make sure you follow Jordan on Twitter. They're 1 follower away from 400. Get him back over to 400, man. Jordan needs to get up there. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you have not already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz is on the channel. Well, let's get it. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays. But that concludes all of our Patrons for the night. Huge shout out to the homie TDG, Laveris, Jordan. Huge shout out to all of our other Patrons over there. Mark, Ryuki, Kruger, anybody else that's subbed or followed over there on Patreon. You guys are amazing. And of course, if you'd like to have your submissions guaranteed to be played and played first here on the show, definitely go check out the Music Mondays Patreon for goodies like that and a whole lot of other fantastic stuff. Okay, so you guys know the drill. Let's hop back into the rest of the community submissions. We're just going to go top to bottom, per usual. So, up next would be the homie Lucha Libro, but we actually reacted to Carousel music video last week on episode 211, so definitely go check out 211 and go show Lucha Libro some love. W submission. Up next would be the homie J Fade, but we actually reacted to J Fade's submission last week here on the show as well. J Fade actually submitted Keep Cool, and this was one where again we broke down kind of Jay's not only visual but their single here too. So huge shout out to Jay. Much love. Feel free for the both of you to resubmit next week for tracks that we have not reacted to here on the show. Again, if you'd like to see us react to J Fade, definitely go check out episode 211, another W submission. 2 really top stars at the top for sure. Let's see here. So, following the homie Jay, up next we have the homie David Jacques, aka the Dimensions. Now, it's been a while since we heard from the Dimensions, a very talented alternative artist here submitted a Spotify link. Yeah, it's definitely been a while. I don't think we've heard from them in 2025, to be honest with you. Definitely not. So, let's see here. All right. So this is a bit of an older track. The Dimensions submitted Drowning in the Pool, which dropped in 2023. So not super new, but not super old. Let's get into it. The Dimensions, Drowning in the Pool. Let's go.
I died in the pool when I went swimming. I felt like a fool in front of the women. I felt like a tool getting mouth to mouth from a dude. The only action I'll be seeing, drowning in the pool.
I like this. Yeah, facts, not bad. Come on, let's good. Hope you're well. Welcome on in.
I would live out the rest of my life with you, the girl in the blue bikini. The girl with the blue bikini. Drowning in the pool. Feeling like it's too
Very interesting. You know,
I like
call me crazy here. Call me fucking crazy, but this song kind of reminds me of The Sandlot, where what's his face fucking drowns in the pool, and oh no, she's wearing a red bikini in that, isn't she? That lifeguard from The Sandlot. I think she's wearing red, but maybe like thought she was wearing blue. But regardless, it reminds me so much of that Sandlot scene where he like fakes being drowned and shit. That is like spot on to this for some reason. Um, but well done. That was solid. Definitely solid. Has this like modern rock feel to it. You know, it's not like super classical. Um, but let's break it down. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. So, we are gonna talk about three things. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of drowning in the pool. So, realistically, instrumental mix is super solid. You guys know the drill when you're dealing with a lot of live instrument based instrumentals. It can be tricky to mix. It can be super easy, or it can be like a complete bitch. You know what I mean? And I feel like this mix was super solid. Nothing I would ultimately change on this. Nothing clashing too overbearing. I feel like all parts of the instrumental were pretty tight for sure. So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. Probably the melodies. I feel like the melodies and like even like the solo more towards the end was like super solid, to be honest with you. So probably the melodies. I mean, drums are up there, but melodies ruled here. Guitar was great. Um, so instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. It has this like raw, almost like grungy kind of mix to it, which I feel like fits this a lot. It really fits this a lot. It's not too like it's not too watered down, but it kind of hit a good sweet spot for the type of track this is, right? So vocal mix kind of hit that good sweet spot for me. Again, nothing super clashy, too overbearing. Drums cut through nicely. Sits nice with the instrumental. Nothing I would like ultimately change on this, to be honest with you. So let's see here. Vocal mix solid. Vocal shining star. Vocal shining star is kind of interesting. I kind of want to say writing, but again, like I feel like the hook itself is probably what would get stuck in people's heads and gives it like a little bit of like a replayability factor. So let's go hook, but you could definitely argue writing for sure. But I feel like the hook itself was like very solid, very solid. So instrumental solid, definitely the melodies. Vocal solid, definitely the hook. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics, a very interesting choice for a track title, Drowning in the Pool, but simple, gets the job done. Drowning in the Pool text in the middle, and you kind of have this like black and white, like hypnotized kind of cover. So not too bad, but solid first single, right? Overall theme, Drowning in the Pool. I mean, realistically, I really did think it was like an analogy for the Sandlot and the whole pool scene, but realistically, this is definitely also and could be a metaphor for the dimensions, right? Drowning in the pool could be like a metaphor for a few things, but they could also be very literal with it. So it's a very interesting song choice, a very interesting writing choice in general. But I think the dimensions kind of hit the mark here and came out with something super solid. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to the Dimensions. Thank you so much for this, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow them on Spotify. And of course, make sure you go follow them on Twitter. They are 4 followers away from 400. So make sure you go show them some love on the bird at, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube free upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you have not already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over the channel. Make sure you go show these artists in the channel some love. Let's get it, baby. And if you already have, thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Mondays, my friend. Fucking go. All right, so we left off the homie The Dimensions. Up next is the homie Sin, aka Survival and Negativity, a very, very talented hip-hop artist, has come through with a track titled Keep Moving. Rally for Reality, Sin, and True Thoughts, Keep Moving, from our second compilation, The Vault Mixtape 2002, a collection of old Lucy's over industry beats between 2006 and 2012. This one is over Nick's Groove by The Foreign Exchange. Shit. All right, I'm down. I'm absolutely down. All right. Pop this open a new tab. Let's see what we got here. 2 years ago, so obviously not super new, but we're back listening to The Vault Part 1. You guys know I'm a big fan of these projects from Rally, so let's get into it. Sin, Rally for Reality, Keep Moving. Let's go.
Definitely the young youth of America and the greater North Carolina area, I must say. Seems like it was speaking my church.
Yeah, they got work on his master.
Somebody said the hood ain't right, and I want to know who it is.
Yeah, still on the beat though. Shout outs to Foreign Exchange. You can do it, Chris. Shit. Just trying to make it past where our ancestors left us at. It's like, word to Pooh. I'm on
Definitely.
the beats. I'm on the rhymes, but by the time I'm done, I'm trying to be immortalized. Ain't gotta be legendary, but I'm on some sort of grind instead of mantling people's memories when I sport a rhyme. It's all according to time. I ain't rushing it, but it's getting boring in line to hear my number picked. I know too many people playing that role and still in the back of that joint from letting life get in the way of their goals. Keep on saying it's cold. We know the weather from the way y'all reacting to it, and so we throw the lever over the hoodie. Extra protection from life lessons. I be looking at my best friends thinking we tight brethren. A rare breed trying to impress all our predecessors by moving past and directing their lessons to better gestures. We got a means and need to keep it refined and explain to the people we leave behind that we gotta keep moving and move.
Place of peace so I can leave something positive, dropping my knowledge in the deposit box non-stop. Listen to iPods that I stock, cause I won't listen to gun pops and drug plots. Here's something funny.
Damn.
It's all about the money. The comedy act is that you're living for that. Your passion should be your legacy. The stamp you put on anything to ship it to the future and hope they learn from everything. What I put on beats and deeds should be my legacy. Fantasy and tragedy, stories of many memories, beginning and the end of my journey. Learn the ways to a better day, hoping my kids would do the same thing. My friends are the same way, slave to the labor. But music is a major way to try to get a name. If we getting paid, then that will be okay. But a legacy is bigger than the pay on any day.
I think letting the beat ride out was a great idea. lets you kind of like take in what you just heard, you know? Well done. I mean, that's just such a great duo, man. That is such a great duo. We got Onwuka in the chat. Welcome on in, my friend. Happy Monday. Let's fucking get it. And I completely agree. Like, some of these throwback tracks are crazy, but this was great. This was fantastic. I feel like this is like kind of like one of those hidden gems, you know, that you know, kind of sneaks by on the project because there are so many other songs that really do shine too. But this one's definitely up there as far as the Vault Part 1. So, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So, we're going to talk about 3 things here. We're going to talk about the instrumental, we're going to talk about vocals, and we're going to talk about the overall theme of this track. So, let's see here. All right, let's talk instrumental. Obviously, a somewhat of a remix, right? Obviously, the instrumental is Nick's Groove from the Foreign Exchange. So, let's talk mix though. I mean, even if you're kind of remixing an instrumental, sometimes mixing it with your new vocals on it can still be a task. You know what I mean? It's not like you just insert a beat and the mix sounds fucking solid. You know, you still have to tweak it a little bit at least, right? So, when it comes to that, definitely no gripes on this at all. Nothing clashing, too overbearing. I feel like the instrumental was right where it needed to be as far as loudness goes. So nothing that would like ultimately change on this, especially with it being a more of like a throwback classical track for Sin. I really like this one a lot. So instrumental mix definitely on point. Instrumental Shining Star. You know, drums are up there. You could probably argue melody, right? But I do like the way that this is structured out, and I feel like it gave Sin and True like a really good canvas to kind of write to. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with structure. I'm definitely gonna go with structure for sure. I'm definitely big on the structure here. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix. So what's funny about this is like every time Sin comes through with a submission from the Vault Part 2 or Part 1, I always take a look and see, you know, really like try to listen to see like what songs are really, really old. Because these are songs from 06 to 2012. And this one was funny because the mix isn't even that much of a difference. It's just like a little more like, it's like less wide. You know what I mean? So I feel like Sin came through and like really started to develop their mix after this track, you know? So this is one of those ones where it's very rare that you kind of see like, oh, it is a little bit older, you know? Because their sound's much more wider and clear and like in your face now, you know, as opposed to something like older like this. So it's super cool to see like an artist's progress like this when you go back and check out some throwback tracks, you know. I always think that's like super fucking fire. But even this one, man, like not even like it's still like super crisp and clean and solid, you know. So that's what's like awesome about this is like you can kind of see Sin's progress when it comes to their mixing. So I feel like that's super, super solid. And shout out to their engineers and Sin because that's really sick to see. But vocal mix solid, especially for where it is. 100%. 100%. Yeah, right, exactly. Even sounding young, Onwuka, that's a great point there. Because your voice does change over time. You know, even when you get a little bit older, like how you sound when you're 17 is going to be different from when you were, you know, 25. You know what I mean? So that's a really great point there. So time is definitely like a factor when it comes to like older tracks and vocals. That's a great point. I like that. But yeah, vocal mix great. No gripes at all. Vocal Shining Star. I mean, you got to go writing, right? I mean, you definitely got to go writing. I mean, you could probably argue flow and cadence and delivery, but I feel like both Sin and True kind of killed the writing here. So I'm gonna go with writing, 100%. So instrumental solid, definitely the structure. Vocal solid, definitely the writing. Let's talk theme, aesthetics. So I love the track list on the cover. I said this I think last week or the week before about the Vault Part 2, and the track list on the cover was like creative and like having like the vault there is super, super solid. Obviously, the cover's a little bit cropped out here because of SoundCloud. On Bandcamp, you can see the you can really see like the full cover. But regardless, I feel like this is a really great approach for something called the vault, right? And then you have the credits at the bottom left. You have the track list in the middle. name and title top right. So fantastic. You know what I mean? I'm big on the vault covers for sure. Very project worthy in my opinion. Overall theme, keep moving. Relatively in the title, right? It really is about keeping moving like throughout life, and I feel like both Sin and True kind of spoke about you know, leaving a legacy and kind of like not worrying about like the bullshit on your way. You know what I mean? Because money comes and goes, but like leaving a legacy is much more important, and I think any real artists would agree with you. You know what I mean? I really do. I really do because again, you can like the more you focus on money, the less it's gonna come. You know, but if you don't really focus on the cash part of it, and you focus on leaving a legacy and leaving a mark, so to speak, I feel like it's way more beneficial. You know, it really, really is. Because there's plenty of ways to get money out here. You know what I mean? But there's not plenty of ways to leave a legacy. So you know, you really got to look at it like that. But yeah, man, this was solid. I mean, this whole idea of the Vault mixtape is like great. It's always been great since the first submission. So well done, my friend. Well done. Huge shout out to Sin and Rally. Make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud. They're 6 followers away from 30. And of course, make sure you go follow Sin on Twitter. They are 10 followers away from 440. So make sure you go show them some love in the bird at my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We are quite literally like 3 away. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz is over there on the channel. Make sure you show these artists on the channel some love. Let's get it. Alrighty, my friends. Let's continue on here. So we got another extremely talented artist up next. We got the homie Onwuka, a very talented hip-hop artist, submitted a track titled Let's Get Dangerous. Hitting on with some throwback Wuka, then next week back to more sleaziness. Oh, I'm down. I'm so down. Let's Get Dangerous. The song was all inspired by the theme to Darkwing Duck. Okay. Classic me seeing I make cartoon bars sound. Yeah, no. This will be great. I'm down. I'm definitely down. So we got Onwuka getting creative here again, per usual. And I don't even believe that we've reacted to anything off of this project. So this will be very interesting. We've broken down quite a few Onwuka tracks in our time here on the show. But this is definitely a project where I honestly don't think we've reacted to anything off of this. Or no, it's not a project. Okay, so no, we have a single. Holy shit. Okay, so it's a single. Bet. Okay. All right, I'm down. I'm so down. So 2021, not super brand new, but not super old either. Kind of hits that nice middle ground. So let's get into it. Onwuka, Let's Get Dangerous.
Do you wanna get dangerous? Do you wanna
Oh,
get
shit.
dangerous? If you truly wanna get dangerous, let Wuka do his thing and bust. I stay classic, dude. You know my bars will not rust. Are you burning paper? Yet may not am sparking bucks. Watch the player swing through like I am Darkwing Duck. Yeah, like I'm Darkwing Duck. Yeah, let's get dangerous. I stay classic, dude. You know my bars will not rust. Are you burning paper? Yet may not am sparking bucks. Watch the player swing through like I am Darkwing Duck. Yeah, like I'm Darkwing Duck. Yeah, let's get dangerous. The quiet, cool cat doesn't get frightened by those barking pups. It's old show, we know they ain't gonna be harming us. Behold, my flow is just so harming us. Thanos with my handle start to snap and turn you all to dust. So stay to my lane, man, you better just park it, cuz my rhymes got your head and business spinning like when you barfing up. I'm grinding from a dark to dust. That means I don't stop like dope fiends that lie. Say they haven't had a touch for months. When I'm roaming and scoping like a hunter, shoot my shot, open up a flesh and then start carving guts. Dog, if you try to approach me, don't try and flex, brother, cause you know I roast people like Arby's does. You're looking like the tool fool at the party, bruh. They'll be claiming, explaining that he is hardly sus. Yet his threat can make you bet that, yeah, he probably sucks. Moves with a narky struck, with a malarkey stuff. You know, around here we get dangerous. With a make Clark Kent, a grab a Lois and a run. So if you ever try and start it, trying to get close to a sun, it's like getting close to the sun. It can get dangerous, you know. I stay classic, dude. You know my bars will not rust. Are you burning paper? Yet may not am sparking bucks. Watch the player swing through like I am Darkwing Duck. Duck. Yeah, like I'm Darkwing Duck. Yeah, let's get dangerous. Let's get it going, the main. I ain't even start to bust. When I'm flipping, flowing flames, I take you on a trip without a car or bus. I don't really remember your name unless you're a fine dame. Then I think there's a brain trust with us to discuss. I'm ripping the written poems, chains off, so high in the sky, just like a disgust. So high, like I am riding, blind and bust. My spit is slick, but my words stink more than sardine chunks. Girl, hold up, you got my soldier Martin up. You know a player suited up, Tony Stark clean, bruh. And I am trying to get it wetter longer than Shark Week, cause I am a swinging a through like I am Darkwing Duck. Diamond blades how I swing, you better sharpen up. You run into the circle, see that boy wearing that purple, and that can get dangerous. I'm the perfect mixture of demon resident angel dust. Do you wanna get dangerous? Do you wanna get dangerous? Do you wanna get dangerous? Now do you wanna get dangerous? If you truly wanna get dangerous, if you truly wanna get dangerous, if you truly wanna get dangerous, let Wooka do his thing and bust. I stay classic, dude, you know my bars will not rust. Are you burning paper? Yeah, me nine sparking bucks. Watch the player swing through like I am Darkwing Duck. Yeah, like I'm Darkwing Duck. Yeah, let's get dangerous. You know what I'm saying, I mean? Darkwing, he's the terror that flaps in the night, and I am the player that flaps in the night, cause I be fly always, so don't be barking at me and my dark wings. I'm the master surprise behind that shadowy disguise when I'm passing by with my cunning mind. Do you wanna get dangerous? Do you wanna get dangerous? Truly wanna get dangerous? We truly wanna get dangerous? We truly wanna get dangerous? Let Wooka do his thing and bust.
Okay. Okay. Throwback, when I was listening to this theme song, I realized it's similar to Chopped and Screwed. So it inspired the whole thing. Right. It's pretty sick bars, too. Yep, I agree. Funniest whole ending I remixed from the theme, too. Just sounds dope. Right. Yeah, no, like, this was really well thought out, but also, like, this is raw. This is very raw. Like, you slid on this, like, the whole fucking time. And, like, I think what's great about Onwuka on this, too, is, you don't get too many, like, super raw trap beats like this from Onwuka. I mean, every once in a while you will. But this is one where I feel like Onwuka really just was almost like at home. You know what I mean? Like they really like went above and beyond to kind of really smash this instrumental, and I feel like that's what we got here for sure. So let's talk about it because there's a lot to talk about. So let's break it down. So we're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of this track. So let's talk instrumental. Again, I like the choice. Because Onwuka has a good variety of instrumentals in their library, but not too many like this. I mean, there are definitely a few, but this is one that like stuck out to me because not only is it like a bit older, but Onwuka really just took it and like knocked it out of the park. You know what I mean? So it was a great choice. It was a really great choice. Instrumental mix is fantastic. I mean, even the drums, like the sound selection, vocals sit nice, everything like kicks hard enough. I mean, nothing that I would change about this instrumental like at all, to be completely honest with you. Like I said, nothing clashing, too overbearing, nothing I would like seriously change here. So instrumental mix solid, instrumental shining star. I mean, the melody's solid, right? But I mean, the drums are just crazy here. Like, they really, really are crazy. Like, the 808 in particular is super solid. The patterns are great. And again, like I said, the sound selection is great. So I'm going to go drums for sure. I mean, you could totally say the structure too. I feel like structure's up there. But the drums on this is just crazy. Just absolutely crazy. So instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix, fantastic. I mean, again, Onwuka is an artist with a very consistent mix, and this song isn't that old. So it's not really a shocker that the mix is still up to par, right? Super sharp, clean, straight to the point. And again, Onwuka has a really solid natural voice. So again, kind of an artist you don't really want to deep fry with a lot of effects unless it calls for it, right? So very important there. But again, Onwuka has a very consistent mix. So not really a shocker, but something I always want to point out for anybody new here. So vocal mix solid. Vocal shining star. I mean, at first, for the vocal shining star, I really was going to say writing. Or I was going to say flow and cadence, but towards the end, it definitely became writing, for sure. Because at first I was like, oh, damn, the flow is crazy on this. But more towards the end, the writing just got more and more creative. You know what I mean? So definitely the writing here, for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Vocal solid, easily the writing. Let's talk theme. So aesthetics, fantastic. I mean, again, this kind of like cartoon-esque style that Onwuka has been rocking for years is some of the most unique. Just because I've never, I mean, you can find something like this, right? It'll be kind of similar, but this has such a specific flavor to it that I just always associate it with Onwuka now. But super solid for a single. I mean, obviously Onwuka in the middle, title top mid, Onwuka Classics bottom left, Onwuka bottom right. Solid, perfect for a single, absolutely. So aesthetics on point. Overall theme, let's get dangerous. So I think Onwuka actually broke this down pretty well, to be honest with you. This song was all inspired by the theme song to Darkwing Duck. Classic me seeing if I can make cartoon bars around that. Yeah, right. I mean, and that's exactly what we got here, I mean, there's like the Arby's line and so many like superhero lines. There's a lot of lines in here that like you might have missed. So this is like, it's one of those tracks that has like a high replayability factor, just because each time you go back and listen to it, you're probably going to pick up on something new. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, like, and again, Onwuka kind of shining here and showing that they're really a master of themes, right? I remember Onwuka's very first submission, and it was a track around a theme, you know what I mean? Just one solid theme and just really like write their ass off to it. And that's what Onwuka did here again. So they really are proving they're a master of like taking a subject and just like stretching it as far as they can, but also kind of like putting their sauce on it as well. It's very important. So well done, my friend. Well done. With that said, huge shout out to Onwuka. Thank you so much for the submission. Much, much love. Make sure you go follow them on Spotify. And of course, make sure you go follow Onwuka on Twitter. They are 8 followers away from 720. So make sure you go show them some love in the bird at my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Money's YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, a whole lot of good jazz over there. Channel. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel some love, baby. Let's get it. Salute my G. Let's fucking go on. Okay, thank you so much for the submission. Let's fucking go, man. Much love. Alrighty, my friends, you guys know the drill. So we're about halfway through the show. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break. I'm gonna need all you guys to get up, go get a drink, go get a snack, maybe take a smoke break. Go do whatever you need to do. Maybe walk the dog, maybe make some popcorn. Go do anything like that. And when we return, the Music Money's podcast, episode 212, we're going to dive right back into our community submissions. So don't go anywhere. Ladies and welcome back to the Music Monday Podcast 12. I'm your host, Zom Slays. Hope you had a good break, but we're gonna dive right back into the community sim. So, let's get into it. So we left off with the homie Onwuka. Up next would be the homie TDG, but we've already reacted to TDG earlier in the show because TDG is a music Patreon. So make sure you go TDG some love and check out their submission earlier in the show. Up next is the homie Ghost, brought by Ghost, a very talented producer coming through their unreleased instrumental. So for those of you that are familiar, we're gonna pop this open a new tab and check out what we have from homie Ghost over here in Dropbox. All right, let's get into it. I'm down. Co-prod vendor for independent artist projects 152M, prod by Ghost. Let's go.
Be so fucking crazy that it must be Ghost produced.
Very stag. Okay. Let's go. Damn. The outro there was quick, but very much on point. Wow. Yeah, so Ghost has been sending in some fucking heaters, and this is definitely no different. Definitely no different. Holy shit. Okay. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. So, we're gonna talk about, let's see, two things here, because obviously no vocals. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of this track. So, let's talk mix. Instrumental mix is fantastic. Nothing clashing to overbearing. Has like the proper amount of mud. Nothing that I would like ultimately change on this. I like the way it sounds a lot, especially the drums for sure. Ghost has had, Ghost has had some relatively solid mixes anyway. So not really a shocker that this one is up to par. So instrumental mix solid, definitely. Instrumental shining star. I'm kind of torn on two things. I'm kind of torn on the structure, and I'm kind of torn on the drums, because you can make an argument for either one. Melody's definitely up there too, but I'm kind of thinking structure, to be honest with you. The way that everything comes in and out, the way it drops off, the variety in the sounds here is also really solid. So that's what kind of makes me want to say drums, I'm not going to lie. So yeah, let's go drums. Let's go drums for sure. So instrumental solid, Shining Star, definitely the drums. Let's talk theme. So aesthetics, obviously unreleased instrumental here. So we have a little bit of a Dropbox premiere, but of course we have Ghost working on a new project soon. So this will be something that I definitely look forward to reacting to here on the show, definitely. But another solid instrumental from the homie Ghost, man. Let's fucking go. Well done, my friend. Well done. With that said, huge shout out to Ghost. Make sure you go follow them on Twitter. They are 10 followers away from 520. So make sure you go show them some love in the Bird app, my friends. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you haven't already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz is over there. Make sure you go show these artists and channel some love, baby. Let's get it. All right, let's see here. We left off with the homie Ghost. Up next is the homie Braden. Now, Braden, a multi-genre talented artist, submitted a track titled Too Fried off of Moneyface. So we've been going through the Moneyface tracks over the last couple weeks here on the show. So I'm definitely excited to get down to another Braden submission. And their caption is, birthday on the 8th, we turn, next album dropping March. Happy belated to the homie Braden. So their birthday was on this past Saturday when the show is being recorded. So huge shout out to Braden, man. Very talented artist here. But let's pop this open a new tab. Let's see what we got here. All right, so we are on track 6 of Moneyface. So we only have 2 more, including Too Fried. So this will be crazy. I'm down. Let's get into it. Braden, Too Fried.
But bitch, I'm digging in. And bitch, I'm spitting. I ain't do that in a minute. Silly bitch, I'm kidding. Don't get serious about the shit that's written. I've been too fly. I smoke, I get too fried. You got new ties. You said I would lose mine. So we cool, right? I think we cool, right? Bitch, I move nice. She said I move too nice. I'm tryna fucking her, oh. Head to the bank and I get to the dough. I just got 2 bins, I want more. Hoes been XC, they been zesty. They been tryna fuck with my bros. Fucking your bestie, she get messy. And I still got the nice clothes. I'm a bit of busy rolling up. Yeah. Busy and my homie get off right. I love how you walk and you don't stress up. It might be me when you see fucking night, bro. It's all up with my fucking brownies. You don't fucking know me. I'm ballin' just like Kobe. Shout out my fucking guys. I'm fucking shit up. I'm gonna see what's up. Yeah. I'm tryna be myself. I can't hold it in. I don't have that much wealth, but bitch, I'm digging in. And bitch, I'm spitting. I ain't do that in a minute. Silly bitch, I'm kidding. Don't get serious about the shit that's written. I've been too fly. I smoke, I get too fried. You got new ties. You said I would lose mine. So we cool, right? I think we cool, right? Bitch, I move nice. She said I move too nice.
Being like a casual water drinker into like an advanced sipper. That's gonna be our new
Advanced
hashtag.
sipper.
We're gonna advanced sipping, advanced sipping, advanced sipping, advanced sipping. So are you an advanced sipper?
Holy shit. Wait, so the quote at the end there was super solid. super fucking solid. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So this is a little bit more of like a melodic version of Braden. Like I said, Braden's a multi-genre talented artist, right? So I was kind of hoping they'd spread some melodic sauce into at least one of these tracks, right? And they definitely did. They definitely did. So let's talk about it, man. Let's break it down. So we are going to talk about 3 things here. We're going to talk about the instrumental, we're going to talk about vocals, and we're going to talk about the overall theme of this track. All right, let's go instrumental. So a very interesting instrumental here, but not really out of Braden's scope, right? I definitely think it's a very Braden type instrumental. So I like the choice, 100%. It kind of has a little bit of like a fast trap pop element here, but it's definitely definitely carving its own path. That's for sure. There's quite a mix of a few sounds in this, but The instrumental mix is solid. Nothing clashing, too overbearing. Nothing I would like ultimately change on this, to be completely honest with you. I like the sound selection. I like the structure. I like the way vocals sit. I like the way the drums cut through nicely. Nothing that I would ultimately change on this, to be with you. So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. I kind of want to say the drums, but the melody is very recognizable and it's very upbeat as well. Very interesting melody for, um, this type of track. So I do like it for that a lot. So I kind of want to go melody, but drums are a close second for sure. Drums could easily be a close second, 100%. So instrumental solid, definitely the drums. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix is fantastic, especially with Braden kind of going with this like a little bit more of a melodic route. The mix is just fantastic. Even the ad libs, crisp, clean, and clear. Even the feature was great. Definitely no gripes for the vocal mix whatsoever. The homie Lore definitely killed it as well, like I said. So, vocal mix solid, very very solid. I mean, and these two actually have like a really good dynamic as well. So, vocal mix solid, vocal shining star. I was gonna say flow and cadence and delivery, but I do feel like writing's up there. Um, hmm. To be completely honest with you, probably flow and cadence and delivery. If I'm being real, I just this melodic Braden is crazy when you mix it in with like the more harder like trap adjacent styles. So definitely flow and cadence and delivery. But writing is easily a close second, 100%. So instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk theme, aesthetics. Money Face art. Now this is a art piece that I've spoke about a little bit over the last couple submissions, but just want to reiterate that I'm definitely a big fan of IRL covers. You guys really know how I feel about that, but when it comes down to this one in specific, Braden's kind of following the aesthetics of the blue filter, and a lot of their recent tracks kind of have like some element of blue on it. So I feel like the blue direction is like super solid from Braden. So I do like the aesthetics, and of course, something with Money Face as the title, you got to have some cash in the cover, right? So um, I do like the direction on this one a lot. So aesthetics definitely on point. Overall theme for Two Fried. I mean, realistically, obviously about smoking, right? And just kind of like saying fuck it, but it's also a really good showcase of Braden's skill. When it comes to their writing and their lyricism and their flow and cadence and delivery, this is definitely one where I'd recommend people kind of look out for on this project for sure, because it's definitely Braden at their best for sure. So with that said, huge shout out to Braden. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much love. Make sure you go follow Braden on Spotify. And of course, make sure you go follow Braden on Twitter. They are literally 8 followers away from 10. Make sure you go show them some love on the bird app, my friends. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you have not already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz is over there on the channel. So make sure you go show the channel and these artists some loves, man. You guys know the motherfucking drill. You know the motherfucking drill. Okay, so let's get into it. We left off with the homie Braden. Up next is the homie Offspring Mysterious, a multi-talented artist, writer, designer, engineer, editor, videographer, quite literally everything. Offspring Mysterious has come through with another YouTube upload titled Deteriorational Leaf. It's an interesting title. Deteriorational Leaf. I'm down. All right, let's pop it open a new tab. So 720, full volume, W description. Everything I touch deteriorates. I don't know why. It started with me getting a phone call, and I was moved to bust some heads on Bulge Gate. I could do that either. You know what I'm saying? I'll throw a football, and that happened. I don't get it. Is it new power? Curse? Something? Whatever it is. I don't like it. Hell, I'm scared to shake people's hands. Deteriorate. I can't even touch my... Oh, no. That is insane work out of Offspring. Everything deteriorates, though. Literally. Alright, alright, 720, full volume, let's get into it. Deteriorational Leaf, Offspring series. was things like, what the fuck? Oh. W. He's like, what the fuck? Whoa. So for one, this cover's crazy. Like an actual fucking insane cover. For sure. this one's crazy. I feel like Offspring is getting real fucking creative now. This dropped quite literally 3 days ago, so it's super new. But I love this concept. I kind of like, once I started seeing like the vibes here of what was gonna go down and how everything kept disappearing, I feel like Offspring really killed it with the more so the script and the idea for this. To be honest with you, like the concept isn't sure. The editing and the transitions are up to par. Definitely what you'd expect from Offspring. But I'd say the shining star here, to be honest with you, is definitely the concept. I love the concept of things just completely disappearing, and then Offspring's like, wait, what the fuck? And then it ends up being the deterioration of Leaf at the end. And then, we just dip out. So, really solid concept, and something that I think is super creative. I like things like this make me excited to see what Offspring comes up with next, because they're on the cusp of something like really insane. So, well done, my friends. Well done. Huge shout out to Offspring Series. Thank you so much for the submission. Much love. Make sure you go sub to their YouTube channel. They're only 2 subs away from 230. And of course, make sure you go follow them on Twitter. They are 1 follower away from 820. So go get them to 820 and go show them some love. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you have not already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week. Every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz is over there on the channel. Let's get it, my friends. Huge shout out to everybody else that's already subbed to the channel. Much love. Up next would be the homie Laveri's, but we've already reacted to Laveri's submission earlier in the show. So again, per usual, make sure you go show him some love. And huge shout out to all of our Music Mondays patrons. You guys are awesome. Up next is the homie Black Cash. Now, this is their first submission for 2025, and I'm very excited for it. Now, Black Cash, being a very talented hip-hop artist, submitted a track titled Set Tripper to a God by Black Cash, produced by Epic Beats, engineering by the homie Kid Cosmo. I'm down. Now, like I said, Black Cash, a very talented hip-hop artist, has not submitted anything in 2025. So this will be the first track 6 days ago, brand new, super new. Go 480. Let's get into it. Black Cash, Set Tripper to a God.
Yeah. It's Black Cash, nigga. Just power, nigga. Boss Life Music. Salute the CMCT. Salute. Well, I guess it's a must I return. You niggas' way of thinking, stuck in a box. Free your mind, nigga. You niggas better make it make sense. How y'all switching sides on me, playing both sides of the fence. I made a way for you phonies while y'all was riding the bench. Go back and retrace every step in the sand. You see my prints, but envy breeds hate. I can see it in your glare. It's tensions when I walk in the room, all in the air. Nigga, this is my life, and you can never live it. Make the moves how I move, see the crosses, make the pivots fake. Niggas jump ship just to keep riding the wave. Escape the plantation and forgot you was a slave. Oh well, fuck them, they got their own narratives, selling their soul to the world, becoming characters, all for the money, emasculate and embarrass us. It's all getting exposed by these demons holding cameras. Look in my eyes, tell me, what do you see? I am the man that I am, not what I'm trying to be. Y'all went and left me in the dark, now my light is risen. Prisons I burned turned out to be the right decision. Painted vivid pictures with my words so you can see my vision. Let your ears, not your eyes, give you a better description. Yeah. Now what's a set tripper to a God, nigga? I think outside of the box, you in a pod, nigga. And let this be words to the wise. Don't you ever disrespect my culture or I'ma slide. Put my life into the beat, my soul on every track. I done came a long way, and I ain't never going back. Put your hand down, nigga, I ain't giving you no dap. And if you think I owe you something, you ain't gonna never get it back. Indirect disrespect, y'all coward niggas disgust me. Sneak this in a bitch move, y'all disgust me. Trust me, still stay polished, I'm never rusty. Stack your lyrics up to the sky, you couldn't touch me. Drill, drill, drill. Spin, spin, spin. Man, these streets getting dizzy out. This bitch will it in. I may have lost my mind, but I'm never losing focus. Flow is infinite as time, potential deeper than the ocean. AI can never replicate the chills I'm giving, I'm the coldest. I'm just a ghetto poet, and the world will never know it. In this cold ass world that can never be trusted, I control the temperature, my climate is adjusted. Yeah. Now what's a set tripper to a God, nigga? I think outside of the box, you in a pod, nigga. And let this be word word to the wise. Don't you ever disrespect my culture or I'ma slide. You don't have to be a slave with a price. You can be free too. Fuck trying to be like them. They trying to be you. Culture vultures prey upon the weak. That's how they eat. Signing your name on that line is all part of the feast. Don't let them underline your chakras. Walk with intent and never lower your postures. These know-it-all patronizing clowns on the internet. Fuck these negative critics, they never been a threat. They gon' hate, give them something to hate. You put my name in your mouth, I make you savor the taste. Dry ice in my veins, heart pump, nitroglycerin. Sub-zero to these whack-ass rappers, I'm about to finish them. Black Cash back in the booth, swinging his pen again. Heads moving back and forth, just like a pendulum. Fueled by adrenaline, driven with a purpose. What's the point of being an artist if you never scratch the surface? Now what's the set? Triple to a god, nigga. I think outside of the box, you ain't a pod, nigga. And let this be word to the wise. Don't you ever disrespect my culture or I'ma slide, nigga. Now what's a set? Triple to a god, nigga. I think outside of the box, you ain't a pod, nigga. And let this be word to the wise. Don't you ever disrespect my culture or I'ma slide.
What a fucking return. Wow. It's good to have Black Cash back on the show, man. That is Black Cash is just such a talented artist, man. Like from top to bottom, from writing to flow and cadence to delivery, like they're just fucking crazy. But let's talk about it, man. Let's break it down. So we are gonna talk about three things here. So we're going to talk about the instrumental, we're going to talk about vocals, and we're going to talk about the overall theme that Tripper got. So, I mean, instrumental choice is such like a Black Cash type instrumental, like real cold, like organic hip hop, you know? Melodies are great. I mean, the mix is just fantastic, you know? Definitely no gripes on this side. Nothing clashing, too overbearing. Engineer did a fantastic job. Producer did a fantastic job. Nothing that I would like ultimately change on this for sure. Absolutely right where it needs to be completely honest with you. So instrumental makes solid. Instrumental shining star. I feel like the melody's up there, but the drums really come through here. Structure is also really solid though. Structure is very underrated on this, but I think we're gonna go drums. Drums definitely keep up the pace and definitely keep up the attitude as well. So makes it more of like a serious track, you know. So definitely drums. Instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix again, fantastic. Black Cash has a really solid natural voice, and especially for their style of music, you definitely don't want to go too crazy with any effects or anything like that, unless it calls for it, right? So when it comes to this track, nothing clashing, too overbearing. Nothing that I would like ultimately change when it came to vocals. Like I said, drums cut through nicely. Vocals sit nice. Loud, crisp, clean, clear. Nothing that like really nothing that I would, like I said, ultimately change, to be honest with you. So vocal mix very much on point. Vocal shining star, on the other hand, is tough. This is definitely tough because when it comes to vocal shining star, two things come to mind. Flow and cadence and delivery was nasty. How this whole song was delivered was just fucking fantastic, top to bottom. But the writing was real solid too. Like really, really creative. You can tell that Black Cash has been creating for quite some time in their life, you know, because you don't get this good without not only practice but just reps, you know, and putting out music and trying new things and kind of finding your own space and lane and sound. So for me, I'm gonna have to go flow and cadence and delivery. It like Black Cash just sounds like a veteran on this track, as they do most tracks. But definitely flow and cadence and delivery, for sure. So, instrumental solid, definitely drums, vocal solid, flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk theme, aesthetics. A super solid cover for a single. I mean, Set Tripper to a God, Parental Advisory. I mean, pretty much everything you'd want for a single like this. You know what I mean? Nothing too crazy, right? But it definitely hits that like, it's that sweet spot when it comes to what we're talking about here. So, aesthetics definitely on point. Overall theme, Set Tripper to a God. I mean, you could really take this a couple different ways, right? You could really think about like actually set tripping, or you could just think about like people that have no loyalty. You know what I mean? I really feel like ultimately that's one of those things where loyalty is like it's super important in all aspects of life, right? Like you have to be loyal even to yourself, you know? But some people who aren't even loyal, they probably won't even be loyal to themselves, you know? So Black Cash kind of vented some frustrations here that I think were very valid, and everybody goes through at least once in their life. So while they're showing off their writing and lyricism, they're still able to make like a fair point of something very valid. So well done, my friend. Well done. So with that said, huge shout out to Black Cash. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Much, much love. Make sure you go sub to their YouTube channel. They're only 9 subs away from 200, so go show them some love over there. Of course, make sure you go follow Black Cash on Twitter. They're approaching 2.5K on the Bird app. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you have not already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you go show these artists and the channel some love. Let's get it, baby. Rob by Ghost, what's good, homie? It was good. My bad, I've been late. I've been busy as fuck with the project. No, you're good, homie. No worries. No worries, my friend. Much love. Welcome on in. Happy Monday. Let's fucking get it. I'm down for the cause. All right. So, let's see here. Up next, we have the homie Most Dope Kimon. Now, this is a relatively new artist to the Music Mondays community. They've been nothing short of killing it when it comes to Music Mondays. We recently released a exclusive on SoundCloud from Kimon, so make sure you go show that some love. And be on the lookout for something new this Wednesday on the Music Monday SoundCloud from Kimon. Lots of good stuff coming, but again, Kimon, a very talented hip-hop artist, submitted another music video, actually, because last week's music video was fucking crazy. But they submitted one titled Beyonce Flow, the official music video. Let's see what we got here, man. Give it a quick pause. Let's see what we got. How's you? I'm good. Good show, good Monday, good week. No complaints at all, my friend. No complaints. This project is going to be so good. Let's fucking go. Love to hear that. Definitely can't wait to check it out 100%. Got to react to it here on the show. For sure we do. Sure we got to react to it. Okay, so 4 weeks ago, super new. W description. Thank you, YouTube recommended you tough. Shout out to the YouTube recommended. I'll leave a like on that. The YouTube recommended really showing some love. Email for the beats. Love that. Lots of good comments in here, man. I like that a lot. Good for you. Okay. Let's get into it. Most Dope Kimon, Beyonce Flow official music video, 720 full volume, full screen. Let's go. A little Beyonce sample in the back. Wow. Dude, the thing with these videos here, right, is like it always puts a smile on my face because it brings me back to like the pure underground videos, right? Like the location is just insane. Like it's like it brings me back to those times like early in your career where you just shoot a video anywhere, you'd make a song and it didn't really matter like how it came out. Like what mattered was you were doing it, you were creating, and you have like a final product of it. And this is one of those ones where I feel like, artists who can do the most with the least are gonna go the farthest. Like something about this, man. It's so classic because like the song is very flashy, but like the environment here for the video is so cold and wintry, and like it really does remind me of those times where like you just film a video just because you want to get a video done. You know what I mean? And it always comes out really solid no matter what. So wow. This is like 2 weeks in a row that these videos just kind of like they really like hit the sweet spot for me for sure. So you guys know the drill. We are gonna break this down and we're gonna talk about it. So we're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental. We're gonna talk about vocals, and we are gonna talk about the official music video. So, let's see here. Let's talk instrumental. So a very solid plug trap style here. Kimon does a really good job on this style of instrumental. So I'm kind of not surprised that they kind of chose this. It's a very Kimon type from what we've experienced. So I like it a lot. Instrumental mix, super solid, to be honest with you. I mean, it has one of those like muddy kind of mixes, but I feel like it fits, like certain tracks just really fit with like a lot of muddy 808s and like really letting like everything else shine too. It's a very specific middle ground when it comes to these types of instrumentals, but for where it's at, I think it's solid. Nothing super clashy, too overbearing. Nothing I would like ultimately change on this. So instrumental mix solid. Instrumental shining star. I mean, it's got to be the drums, no? I mean, you could kind of make an argument for the melody, right? But the drums just came through and was like taking over the track, and it was just great. It was great. I really feel like the drums are shining star here for sure. No instrumental solid, definitely drums. Let's talk vocals, vocal mix. Kimon has a really solid mix for like their style, right? They really like a lot of effects and really kind of like almost hitting like this like very interesting sweet spot when it comes to their vocals in this style, because this is a style where you can really utilize effects and really start like deep frying your vocals, but not too much, you know what I mean? I think Kimon hits like that nice middle ground when it comes to a vocal mix. So vocals, fantastic. Nothing too crazy, nothing clashing too overbearing. Drums definitely cut through nicely still, especially the 808. Vocals sit nice. Yeah, thinking back on it, nothing that I would like ultimately change on this, to be honest with you. So vocal mix solid. Vocal shining star. There was some fun bars here, and there was definitely some fun writing, but the flow and cadence and delivery kind of took the cake for this, just because it made it like very relaxed and chill. Like this is like the definition of like a smoke winter song, and then you add in the video and it's like, damn. So yeah, flow and cadence and delivery was like spot on this for sure. So instrumental solid, definitely the drums, vocal solid, flow and cadence and delivery. Let's talk about the music video, man. So, like I said, I've been a big fan of Kimon's videos since last week's. I mean, last week's was the first time that we were able to break one down. And one of the first things that I noticed here, realistically, was how comfortable Kimon is on camera. Like they're not stiff, they don't look like, they're not having a good time or anything like that. Like Kimon is like smiling like this whole video, and it made me smile just because like shit like this is fun when it comes to being an independent artist. You know what I mean? Like you can really create your own vision and really kind of like, really like craft what you want a whole song to be, and the video is almost like the cherry on top of it, right? Because you could have your artwork, you could have your writing, and you could have your audio, but a music video kind of like puts the crown on top of it. and I feel like Kimon really nailed this one. Especially the filmer. I feel like they did a really good job too. But I think the thing that like pushed this over the edge was not only the location, right? I'm big on the location, but the effects. Like even the last video, like it wasn't drowned out with effects, but there were plenty of effects on transitions. Like every time this transitioned, or even just like a lot of the smaller stuff that you notice, really push this video over the edge and like really make it an entertaining video. You know what I mean? It's entertaining to watch, it's entertaining to put on in the background. It's really one of those videos that like it's just so organic that you can't not like it. You know, it's just so fucking organic. So, music video Shining Star, I'm going to say location. I'm going to say location. I really like the snowy location. It gives that cold winter vibe. And Kimon's having a good time, man. And that's really all you can ask for in a music video. So, well done, my friends. Well done. With that said, huge shout out to Kimon. Thank you so much for the submission, my friend. Make sure you go sub to their YouTube channel. They're only 8 subs away from 70. And, of course, make sure you go follow them on Twitter. They are literally 8 followers away from 10. So make sure you go show them some love in the bird app, my friends. Of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the free upload. And of course, make sure to subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you have 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there. Make sure you go show these artists on the channel. Hit it. All right, we left off with a crazy submission from the homie Kimon. Up next is the homie David Alori. Now, it's been a while since you heard from David, but David, again, a very talented hip-hop artist, has come through with FOH Freestyle. I'm down. Now, this will be their first submission in 2025. I believe they did submit, but I believe the show ended or something like that, but we're getting to it now, so we're down. 8 days ago, so super, super new. David Alori, FOH Freestyle. Let's go.
We just want to get the best out of what we came here to do, bro. It's not that, you know, for real. Want to make sure we, you know, feel like that when we're done. Real shit.
Laid back enough to see the plot before it became an issue. Lucid enough to dream big and know I shouldn't be slept on. And I keep stepping up whenever I had to get on. Not expecting shit, just respecting me. For every naira I spend and every dollar I make, I keep one close to the chest in case I make a mistake. Cause who knows, getting further might be the answer to my problems or the question of my demise. If I ever decide, I'll make it a priority to see that I go out like the legendary son of the soil. And you know some mercenaries run behind your boys. When I ever do take it, it won't be just the one. I run up for everything in America for oil. Shit ain't been the same since I know I was the one. Instead of trading blames, how about we take it to the top and show them how to do it if they ever get to have the shit I got. I ain't trying to hear them stories. I rather do me and fuck shorty from a story. It's a privilege getting to really know me. So if I do my best, please don't turn around and blow it. Just graduated, still ain't learned nothing. Paper in hand, but I want that paper in hand. She wanna label my ass, but don't wanna give an advance. So all I have to look forward to is me and myself. I'm the young general, I'm gon' run to these niggas. I could do this all day. Backpack, school these niggas. I'm a real one and hard in mind. What's never prices, that peace of mind. Take it one day at a time, Project X in mind. And when we party like it's really just do or die. You know these hoes are more than enough for you and I. Feel like Professor X in this state of mind. I just turn water to wine with a trick of hand. Got status for my position, yeah. Touch not your boy, you have it real easy here. Cause it's real for that crown. Style bender, but I'm just bending these genres until tell you how I had a bend in that business. Feel like I'm more than enough to turn up my city. My people been starving, so I had to get the cooking. These niggas being ass and I ain't the one to kiss it. Fuck out of here.
What? David just fucking killed that. Holy shit. Holy shit. What? What? Wow. Okay. Impressive. That's a great first submission for 2025. Holy shit. Okay. Let's talk about it, man. Let's break it down. So, we're going to talk about 3 things here. We're going to talk about the instrumental, we're going to talk about vocals, and we're going to talk about the overall theme of the FOH freestyle. So, instrumental choice, fantastic. I feel like David does a lot of these freestyles as like a really good exercise, and this is by far one of the best yet, for sure. Instrumental mix, definitely solid. Nothing clashing, too overbearing. I think everything was real wide too. I like the melodies a lot. Drums were calm, cool, collected. Sound selection was great. Nothing I would like ultimately change on this one at all. So vocal mix or instrumental mix, very solid, very very solid. Very theatrical kind of mix. Sure, definitely has a good like R&B mix as well. Instrumental Shining Star. I mean, it's gotta be the melody, right? Gotta be the melody. I mean, it does have that like truth storyteller kind of vibe, but also kind of hits that R&B element too. So it's like, you can kind of go either way with this, but gotta be the melody for sure. Gotta be the melody, 100%, 100%. So instrumental solid, definitely melody. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix again, fantastic. Especially for the style that David's going for. This is an artist who has a pretty solid natural voice, right? And for them to kind of like get their point across, I feel like you don't need too many crazy effects. Just make sure it's cool, clean, crisp, clear, super collected. So where it is now, very solid, very very solid. Not too loud, but not kind of like too low either. Again, hits that sweet spot, 100%. So vocal mix, very solid. Vocal Shining Star. This is one where this is kind of tough because you could argue flow and cadence and delivery, but you could also argue writing. For me, I kind of want to go writing. I'm not gonna lie, especially that later half, like the second half of the track, is really insane when it comes down to writing. So definitely writing for sure. No instrumental solid, definitely the melody. Vocal solid, definitely the writing. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics. FOH freestyle with the kind of like hand over the camera and then David Alluri in the top left. I mean, I like this one a lot. You know, simple, straight to the point, but not like zero effort. You know, definitely like a little like throwaway cover for sure, 100%. Not too bad for a freestyle either. Overall theme FOH freestyle. I mean, very much a freestyle, but I do feel like David once again got a lot off their chest when it comes to you know, things that they want to speak about in their daily life, or kind of like how they're dealing with things currently in the present day. You know, sometimes these freestyle tracks, they're very easy to get out because you can just speak your mind rather than like worry about a story or a theme or anything like that. So, well done, my friends. Well done. With that said, huge shout out to David Alluri. Make sure you go follow them on SoundCloud. And thank you so much for your submission. They're only 7 followers away from 110. And of course, make sure you go follow them on Twitter. They are literally 6 followers away from 250. Make sure you go show them some love on Bird app. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single will be linked in the description of the YouTube upload. Of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel if you have not already. We're approaching 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz is over there on the channel. Make sure you go show these artists in the channel some love. Let's get it, baby. Up next would be the homie Jordan, but we've already reacted to Jordan earlier in the show because they are a Music Mondays Patreon. So make sure you go show Jordan some love and check out the beginning of the show. Huge shout out to all of our Patrons. Let's see here. Up next is the homies over at Bad Valentines, a very, very talented group coming back for another submission. It's been a while since we've heard from them. I think sometime in like mid 2024 was the last time we've heard from Bad Valentines. So definitely down to see what they've been up to. They dropped the Spotify link. Pop it open in a new tab. Let's see. Bad Valentine's Last Days in Sun 2025. So this dropped on the 24th of January. So super, super new. I'm down. Let's get into it. Bad Valentine's Last Days in the Sun.
Into the dark and not deny it. Life can be a bit hard to get out from it. It's too deep to cherish the love light. I'm feeling alone, walking the endless night. Devils by your side. In a mental prison, the darkest and the loneliest place with a burden to bear. Back from the night, for a while in the light, with a cross to bear. Back from the night, for a while in the light. These days may not be the last days in the sun.
Wow, wow, wow. I mean, that's a hit. That's a fucking hit right there. Um, you know, I think the first submission that we had for Bad Valentines was this insanely well done music video. And it was still one of the best music videos we've reacted to last year. But it's a great follow up. I'm not sure how much they've dropped since then. Let's take a look here. So, wow. So this is the first song they've dropped since Maria. Wow, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Holy shit. So this very much is their latest release. We have not missed a thing. Wow. That's awesome. That is fucking awesome. Okay. Let's talk about it, man. Let's get into it. So, we're gonna talk about three things here. We're gonna talk about the instrumental, we're gonna talk about vocals, and we're gonna talk about the overall theme of Last Days in the Sun. So, instrumental, fantastic, man. I mean, this is a group of veterans, as you could tell. But as I always say, this is a very live instrument based instrumental. So sometimes these mixes can be a little bit off-putting. You know, sometimes it can be a bitch to mix. Sometimes it's super easy. But I do feel like this one kind of hit the nail on the head when it comes down to Bad Valentines for sure. So instrumental makes very crisp, clean, clear, 100%. Instrumental Shining Star, probably the melodies. I mean, the drums are up there too, but the melodies are great. The melodies are fucking great. Like, these guitars were everything. So yeah, let's go melodies for sure. I mean, you could argue drums and structure, but let's go melody for sure. So instrumental solid. Let's talk vocals. Vocal mix, again, very, very crisp, clean, clear, straight to the point. The lead singer here has like such a great natural voice. So again, not something you really want to kind of overdo with effects. You know what I mean? Definitely just want to make sure it's clean, it's loud, it's nice and crispy. You know what I mean? So this is definitely a mix where it lets the vocalist voice really shine. To be honest with you, so vocal mix very much on point. Vocal Shining Star. I kind of want to say the hook, but the writing in general is great. But the hook is it's not only catchy, but the replayability factor of it is fantastic. So let's go hook. Let's definitely go hook for sure. Instrumental solid, definitely the melodies. Vocal solid, definitely the hook. Let's talk theme. Aesthetics. Great. You know, simple, straight to the point. I mean, there's something called Last Days in the Sun. Super simple, straight to the point, and then a Bad Valentine's up top, and then kind of have like the sun going down almost during sunset, right? So, again, simple, straight to the point, great for a single. You know what I mean? Overall theme, very much in the title, Last Days in the Sun. I mean, could be a metaphor for a couple different things, right? You know, going into a dark time, or also really just like, you know, locking in before you grind, and like locking in before like a big journey. You know what I mean? Like, Last Days in the Sun is a really good metaphor for a lot of things. So you could kind of take this a couple different ways, but I do think they did a really good job with this one. So, well done, my friends. Well done. With that said, huge shout out to A Bad Valentine's. Thank you so much for your submission. Much love. Make sure you go follow them on Spotify. And of course, make sure you go follow them on Twitter. They are 9 followers away from 270. So make sure you go show them some love on the Bird app. And of course, every artist featured in today's episode and every single episode will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the Music Mondays YouTube channel. If you haven't already, we're pushing 300 subscribers. We upload 2 times per week, every Thursday, every Saturday. Full podcast episodes, exclusive segments, and a whole lot of good jazz over there on the channel. So make sure you go show these artists love. And if you already have, you drop a like, drop a comments, all that good jazz. We appreciate you here. Much love. Fucking get it, baby. All right, chat. That concludes episode 212 of the Music Mondays podcast. Let's give some shout outs. Let's show some love to the chat. Let's talk about the next week or so and all that good stuff. So let's get into it. First off, huge shout out to everybody in the chat tonight. You guys are fucking amazing, wonderful, talented individuals. Thank you for supporting the Music Mondays podcast. We would not do it without you, my friend. So, first off, huge shout out to Big W Ghost. Big W, my friends. Huge shout out to the homie Kimon. Huge shout out to Onwuka. Huge shout out to the homie Ghost and anybody else that lurked and chilled. The viewership has been actually really solid for the last few episodes of the Music Mondays podcast. So huge shout out to all you guys that are tuning in and showing love. You guys are fucking amazing. Let's get it. And huge shout out to everybody that submitted tonight. Let's show some love to our Patrons, man. Huge shout out to everybody over there on Patreon. Huge shout out to the homie Jordan, Laveries, TDG, Kruger, Mark, Ryuki, and anybody else subscribed or following the Music Mondays Patreon. You guys are fucking wonderful. Much, much love. And huge shout out to everybody that submitted tonight. Huge shout out to Lucha Libro, J Fate, The Dimensions, Thin, Onwuka, TDG, the homie Ghost, Braden, Offspring, Laveries, Black Cash, Kimon, David Alluri, Jordan, and the homies over at Bad Valentines. You guys are fucking amazing. Thank you for your submissions. That was quite the show. Absolutely quite the show. Okay, so let's see. So you guys know the drill, man. Submissions for next week's episode of the Music Mondays podcast will be live tomorrow, February 11th. So again, if you'd like to submit for episode 213, make sure you're following us on socials at All Music Mondays. And of course, you can find this episode on Patreon tonight. If you want to go download it, you want to go clip it, record it, download it in high quality, anything you want to do with it, it'll be on Patreon tonight, so make sure you go show it some love. And of course, it'll be available on all audio platforms this Thursday: Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all that good jazz. Make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that, and you can catch it on YouTube this Saturday. Per usual, of course, make sure you stream and listen to Music Mondays at anchor.fm/allmusicmondays. Again, we are available on all audio platforms. Make sure you go pick your favorite and go show the show some love. So a couple of big things we're working on here at Music Mondays, like I said at the top of the show. Big thing here also is the Music Mondays Patreon update, the Season 6 top submissions, Music Mondays merch update, and of course we're going to be getting a graphic refresh here soon. So expect to see a huge flood of stuff over the next couple of weeks as we complete everything. But per usual, man, we're going to get back to the grind. And of course, I quite literally stream 5-6 days a week, man. Speedrun stuff, watch party stuff, obviously the home of the Music Mondays podcast. We're always in here chilling, man, so make sure you stop by the stream and go show it some love. Of course, make sure you follow All Music Mondays on all social media: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, Blue Sky, Threads, TikTok, wherever you're at on social media. Music Mondays is there, so make sure you go follow us on your preferred platform. So, per usual, like I said, submissions will be live tomorrow for episode 213, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. And much love for anybody who tuned in, showed love, and submitted tonight. Wonderful show. We'll be tweeting out the top 3 artists of tonight's show shortly after we go offline, so you guys know the drill, man. And of course, follow, subscribe below, everything linked below, all my socials, all Music Monday socials, and all the good stuff is linked down below. I'll be live tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time per usual, and we'll be live next Monday for episode 213 of the Music Mondays podcast. I love you all. Be safe. Massive shout out to you. And we'll see you tomorrow and Monday. Let's fucking get it.